Hi everyone, and thank you for joining me. Rob here again at Moonbase Alpha with another video for you. This one isn't one of my regular Tuesday or Fridays. This was just something I decided to do off the cuff. Actually, like most of my videos, but I've got my laptop with me here and I've got a few things that some info that I want to share with you and stuff, so I want to make sure I get things right. So instead of having to put it up on the screen afterwards, because I forget things. Firstly, as I say, thank you for joining me. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. You know, please share these videos. I'm up to nearly 950 subscribers now. And over this last year and a half, I've really paid more attention to my online sort of presence. So thank you for coming along on the journey of record reviews and practice pad videos, drumming videos. And I'm going to be doing some interviews as well with other drummers and studio technicians and engineers and stuff and musicians over the next year or so. I'm going to try and get into that as well. So just, you know, keep adding interesting content to the site. Anyway, what are we talking about today? Well, there's a few things really. And as I say, I've written them down. So firstly, people are writing to me and saying, what's all this Ludwig drums promotion you're doing and your vintage kits? Are you leaving DW and all this kind of thing? No, I'm definitely staying with the DW. You know, me and Don, I like to think of good friends. And my relationship with the company and everyone at the company is really, really good. I was there earlier this year when I was on tour with Susie, and we did that amazing gig in Pasadena. Huge gig. With all the drama of the lightning and gig being cancelled and all that. But we were in California, and the hotel, we were in Santa Monica. The hotel was like 45-minute drive, but in LA traffic, it was more than that. But anyway, yeah, so I went to see them. So yeah, I've got no intention of leaving, but I do love collecting drums, and I do like collecting vintage Ludwig kits or whatever. It's a thing. And Ludwig, I've said before on other videos, you know, through Joe Morello, Buddy Rich, and obviously Ringo Starr and Ian Pace and Carl Palmer and Bill Bruford and Alan White. All these guys were Ludwig drummers, and when I was growing up, I always saw the adverts, and I kind of fell in love with the badge and all the logos from the Keystone right the way through to the Blue Olive, all of that. I just love. So when I bought the Vistalite, and I know I keep going on about that drum, goodness sake, but when I bought that, I was really excited and doing lots of posting about it, and I still like to take pictures of it and share it now. I did it yesterday, in fact. But yeah, I'm not moving to Ludwig or anything. The fact that I like to collect vintage Slingland, Gretsch, all the companies, Leedy, I've got a Leedy kit over there, the Shelly Man one. Yeah, I'm not moving on. I'm still affiliated with DW, if that's the right term. I'm still an endorser. I'm not moving. I just like to collect drums, and I get excited when I find a drum that I really fall in love with like that. So that's that. So yeah, I'm not leaving Ludwig. That's not a thing. Oh, and I've got a phone call. Hang on a second. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. That was my girlfriend just checking in. Sorry about that. Yeah, so moving on to the next thing. Drum lessons. Basically, I'm getting messages about drum lessons. Some of you get back after I get back to you, and sometimes you don't, which is cool. That happens. But I am around for drum lessons. Just email me here and contact me or down below in the comments. Yeah, I'm doing sort of 2-hourly lessons, and I could do that face to face. I teach just outside Bath in the southwest in a studio called NARM Studios, and we could do face to face lessons there. And I can also do mentoring and online lessons from home or again the studio. It's not a problem. So for the people who I've got back to you, if you want to get back to me, that'd be great. If not, it's all good. But yeah, if you're looking for lessons or there's something I can help you with your music career or drumming or any mentoring or anything like that, just give me a shout, because I am available. I'm back from the Susie tour and I'm up for doing that, as well as drum masterclasses and clinics. Now I've got some coming up. The dates aren't quite ready yet, but there'll be one at Planet Drum in London. There's going to be one or possibly two at Dramatic in Frome with Tristan. There'll be one in Chippenham as well. I can't remember the name of that one, but that's a closed shop actually. That's just for their own students actually, so if you scrub that one. But I will be in Chippenham doing one. But Bath, Bristol, I'm looking for other places as well. So if any of you want to contact me about that, if you're a drum school or a drum teacher with a drum school or whatever, then I can come and do workshops and clinics and master classes and stuff like that. Maybe some one-to-one lessons in the afternoon and then a masterclass in the evening, whatever. There's always something we can do. And each different, seat of learning has a different way of financing it and doing it. And obviously I've got DW behind me, so they can help as well with promotion and sponsoring and stuff like that. So that's another thing. So yes, I'm out there. Please give me a shout if you want any help with music stuff. Now, Susie, I'm still getting messages about Susie. I'm afraid I can't tell you what's happening next because I just don't know. There's talk of all sorts of things. I'm not going to say anything. But, obviously, you're all pretty good and don't keep jabbing away too much. And again, thank you for all your comments and keep sending them by all means. A lot of people say it's great to have a face and a name and somewhere we can go and talk to someone from the band, Occasionally a little cheeky question pops in, but it's all good. I'd probably be the same. But yeah, I really don't mind. Keep messaging and I love hearing from you. And for the people who really liked what happened, that's great. For some people who've got other comments to make, that's great too. I take it all with a pinch of salt. And as I always say to people, it's what Susie wants at the end of the day. The band haven't come in and tried to, have a massive upheaval of how she sees the set and the music and where she wants to go. It's all Susie, so we're there with her. So, the people who understand that, that's cool. And if you're not on board with that, maybe get on board because, it's great to see your favourite artist out playing your favourite music. That's the main thing at the end of the day. And we can't always play every song to please everybody, but, there will be more stuff coming. So as I say, keep sending the messages. I love hearing from you guys, and it's really nice to have that sort of two-way thing. But I'm afraid I can't tell you any more about what's happening until we know, really. Okay, that's Susie news. Right, the next thing, there's quite a few things today. This is a catch-up video. I'm doing those Ringo Starr drum shows with Gary Astridge, which is going to be amazing. And the tickets, some of my friends have already bought tickets for the Liverpool one, going up to, hang on, let's just do it all right in the correct order. You need to go to ringosbeatlekits.com, and that's Gary Astridge. Astridge is his own proper official website. You'll see a picture of him and Ringo giving the peace and love sign, and it says speaking engagements just under that. You hit that and it goes straight to the page where it says coming soon. You've got the advert, the legendary drums and drumming of a star, where Gary is Ringo's drum curator and historian. He knows all about the Beatle drum kits and Ludwig kits in general, but certainly Beatle kits, that's his thing. And he's got a personal relationship with Ringo. There's loads of pictures with them together. He looks after all his Beatle kits, and he was with him in LA a couple of weeks ago working on a new project with him. And then there's me, who's going to be playing some of the Ringoisms and explain why they're cool, why you can still use them now in your playing, and what he introduced to drumming and so on. So between the two of us, he's got the facts and I've got the drumming. Between us, we can have a right proper nice little show going on. And there's loads of dates coming in. I can only talk about two at the moment though. The first one is in Liverpool, at St. Peter's Church Hall, which is famously where Paul and John met for the first time back in 1950 something. Tickets are still available for that, but it's going fast, and there will be some special Beatle guests as well that are in, I don't want to say in the circle, but certainly have been in the circle at some point. And then that's February, the 3rd next year. And then on February the 4th, so that's clearly the next day, we're going down to Nico McBrain's Drum One store, which is going to be great. That's in Manchester, and we're going to be doing an in-store event there as well. So if you click on buy tickets, all the info's there. They're going quite fast. So if you're interested, you should get in now while you still can. Because yes, there will be more coming up, but if it's near your town, near your city, where some of these are, get in there quick, because they are going to go fast. Because people are now starting to stroke their chins, going, "Oh, that could be interesting. Never thought about going to something like that before." And of course, Beatle fans are interested, but general drummers might be interested as well. If you're not a Ringo fan, you might still be interested anyway. So that's the Ringo Starr news. And then finally, tickets are still available for the Little Men gig in Comedia in Bath, which is going to be on the 24th of October, which is next week, isn't it? Yeah, no, the week after, 2 weeks away. And Little Men is run by Nick Allen, and it's called Little Men because his mum used to draw, when they were children, he used to draw for him and his sister and his brothers these little sort of matchstick men, and she used to call them the Little Men. And she passed away a few years ago, unfortunately, so Nick took that as the name of the band, because people have asked, where did you get that name from? Are you all very small people? But that's where it came from. It's got a nice sentimental attachment to it. And we've made a few albums with a few different lineups. But this one, Visions, which is coming out, well, that'll be the album launch party in Bath. And we're going to be playing just the album, basically. No other older Little Men songs, just the whole 12 songs that you'll find on the album, which is going to be exciting. And, I've produced this record, so I'm in the firing line if people don't like it. But I've really enjoyed it. I've changed the sound up from a country Americana thing to, what would I call it now? I call it quite eclectic, because anyone who knows me and my music tastes will know that I like a wide range of music and sounds. And I'm a drummer, clearly, but sometimes I'd like not to hear drums at all on any music. That's one of the most beautiful things ever, when I hear music without any drums. And I don't mean that in a flippant way. It's just sometimes nice just to see how music is made without that rhythmic element, but it comes from other instruments and stuff. And I love ambient music, which could be just a bunch of glitches and electronic bleeps and noises. I love that as much as I, love, Beethoven symphonies and stuff. It's fast. So I've kind of come into this album bringing influences that I know Nick likes. There's some sort of 80s influences, there's some 70s and some 60s. There's enough stuff sound-wise, as a soundscape, to kind of blur the reference a little bit. But at the same time, if you stand back and stroke your chin for long enough, you might go, oh, it's a bit like Simple Minds kind of vibe. Or that picture's a bit like Cameo or something. Or that's a bit like the Rolling Stones meets early new wave music. Or the Stones Miss You period. They're slightly funky period. And that's cool. That's what I wanted, because we had a few listening parties and people have, I've asked them to pick up on that, because I think that's a good thing. But of course, then Nick starts singing. It's a different voice, different lyrics. Obviously, the melodies are different, obviously. But yeah, so the reference points are there in different places. And I'm just really proud of it. And some of my friends who are producers and they're sort of 25 years on than me, they're more experienced, have said, as a first effort, that's not bad at all, my man. Pretty good. So it's exciting. So as well as playing on the album and arranging the songs, I've also produced the record, but all the melodies and lyrics, they're all written by Nick Allen and Mark Jones, who's the keyboard player. And we've got Ben Jones, who's no relation, on guitar. And then we've got Joe Nye on backing vocals. She's amazing. Well, they're all amazing. As I say, Mark Jones on keyboards and Nick Allen singing. And we've got Flash on bass, who's amazing musicians. I mean, they're all amazing musicians. They're all good friends. And I'm really looking forward to playing the gig. So if you feel like just hopping up and getting a ticket and coming down and watching it, then great. And you can go to Spotify, and you can also go to our iTunes, where you'll see 3 singles that are out at the moment. One's called Without Blue, one's called Moments of Pain, and I think there's a track on there called Dreaming of You as well. And there might be the title track Visions up there as well as little teasers. But that'll give you an idea of the more modern sound. And if you go to some of the other albums like Flares on Over Warminster, and one just called Little Men, and one called It's a Beautiful Thing, as you go down, you'll see the band as it has sounded, but the new one, Visions, and those newer songs, they're the ones that I think you should check out, because that's the new sound, the new band, and it's very exciting. So yeah, there we go. I think that's covered virtually everything. I just want to, 10 minutes, I'm trying to get all these things in under or on 10 minutes, or just over. I'm not doing too bad. Just one last thing I'd like to say. Obviously, there's always stuff going on in the world. There's never a time where there isn't a war or something happening. But at the moment, obviously, there's big things happening in the world, and I was talking to someone just the other day who was kind of going on about how much he hated some music style, or it was a band, I can't really remember. And I was like, listen, man, there's enough sort of hatred in the world. You hating a certain album or song or drum or whatever it was, we were talking about after a few drinks. Listen, man, just that doesn't really mean anything. There's so much heavy stuff going on in the world. And it reminds me of all those comments from like Robin Williams, when he says, when you're nice, when you meet people, be really nice, because you don't know what they're going through. You don't know their backstory or what pain they've been through. And indeed, same as ourselves, people don't know all about our story, and we can project that to other people. And I just think, you know, this, with the things that are happening in the world, it doesn't take much to be a good person and be nice. You might think I'm a bit hippie-ish and peace and love, but you know, I think if I've lit my candles here in my room today and say a spiritual prayer and just send out good vibes to people and try and smile to people in the street and pass on a good thing, because a lot of political things we can't sort out just on our own. If we collectively get together, we can. But all I just want to pass on is, you know, be mindful of people and events. Yeah, anyway, don't want to get too heavy, but that'd be great if you could. Okay, so that's coming from a spiritual place. That's all. No particular affiliation with any religion, just a spiritual thing. Okay, so thank you everybody. As I said at the start, thank you for liking. Hit the notification bell so you know when I'm planting more videos out there. And thanks for subscribing. If you haven't, please do, and tell other drummers and muso fans to do so if you think this could be of interest to them. So keep sending the questions, keep it all going, keep asking me stuff. I love this two-way thing that we've got going on. It's exciting and it's just great. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.